Space weather. Welcome to the Neo-Renaissance, as physics gets rewritten before your very eyes.
Looking at the sun, 171 angstroms. Check it out. It's the birth spot of It's the birth of Sunspot 2731. We looked away for a few hours and kabam! There it is. Also an interesting dark region here. Usually not seen in 171 angstroms. Check that out for a minute. Looks almost like a coronal hole. Gonna have to evaluate that one further. But first, let's look at the magnetic lines. There's your magnetic lines. We're at 94 angstroms this time. No apparent connection to any coronal holes. We've got a dense little section of fields associated with that central area. Gonna look at it. Checking out the 304 angstroms view. Let's zoom all the way out. Big plasma filament in the southeast. Still a big one in the northwest, too. It's got a different view of that central area. And there's an idea what's going on with the fields there. Nothing super crazy. There's a quick close-up of the sunspot, beta-class sunspot. Let's look at some other data at spaceweathernews.com before we get through our 21 tabs. So, right when I first looked this morning, I woke up to some X-ray flare. Very tiny. Most assuredly coming out of that new Sunspot 2731. No phi angle signal, really. BTBZ is not anything really too exciting. Solar wind density looks like it's down to 1 or less, according to the ACE. Solar wind speed down to about 350 kilometers per second. That's a low solar wind density, geez. Less than 1 proton per cubic centimeter on the ACE, and looks like maybe 3 or 4 protons per cubic centimeter on the Discover. KP index at 0. Cosmic ray human health warning in effect. Magnetometer has gone up a little bit since yesterday, but we're still basically in this range of lower highs and higher lows. There's your KP index over the last couple days. We're averaging about a 0.5 KP index, which is quite low. We're going to look at the cosmic rays in a minute after we look at the electron flux, which is so flat. So very, very flat, especially at the high density. So that would be no surprise if that soared. I think that's going to go up over 10 to the 5th. Especially with the influence of that sunspot. Charging hazard's still not really happening. And the F2 layer is looking pretty anomalous, just like it has the past couple days. See this highly discharged area? It's going to give you a significant gradient there as the sun moves in and charges up the ionosphere. Here's your auroral forecast. Let's move on to quakes.globalincidentmap.com. Anything to keep us off the USGS site, right? Ha! basically over the last 9 hours, we have pretty much of an earthquake lull. Let's see. 5 hours ago, a 4.5 in Indonesia. 4 hours ago, 4.7 in Papua New Guinea at depth. Papua New Guinea stays on alert for a 5. Some more small tremors in Alaska. Indonesia gets a 4.6. Oklahoma gets a 3.1. Tonga a 4.5. And that's only one quake if you look at the times. 4.9 in Vanuatu. 5.0 in New Caledonia. Basically an earthquake lull. Nothing over a low-level 5. Let's look at some cosmic rays. Now, as our regular viewers are aware, we always leave our links to all of our web pages that we use daily. This one is a Russian site. Don't worry, it's just science. Network of cosmic ray stations. Now, some of these links are dead links, but look at how many cosmic ray stations they have. How about that? Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Now let's go to some actual data on them. Here's Mexico City. Now, not as high as it was around December 2nd, but a significant uptick in the past day. Oulu, Finland is not really returning the same kind of a pattern here. I mean, a small uptick, but not really as significant as Mexico City. However, back on December 2nd or so, that was their high point in the past month in Finland. Also, let's look at Athens, Greece. Their data jives. An uptick in the past day. And as we've noted, highest level around December 2nd. So that's good. That's showing us a 2-week decrease in cosmic ray flux overall at most stations. And let's just look at Moscow. Now, Moscow's got a bigger range. And you can see actually the lowest point they've had was right at midnight Zulu time on December 11th, right there. Right there. And their highest reading is right around December 2nd. So they are experiencing a slight lull also in the past 2 weeks. But there'd be no surprises if the cosmic ray flux increased because of that KP of 0. Now let's look at Solar Ham for a second. Thanks solarham.net for putting the magnetogram on your homepage. And just head to Solar Ham if you want to look at this stuff yourself. Click on region 2731. Get the breakdown. It's a plain old beta class. There is some mixing on your extreme zoom. There you have it. You got some pretty normal fields there, but multiple sunspots. Sunspot 2731. And now let's take a look at the markets, financial markets that is. See what's been going on for the past week. As far as the past day, Friday the Dow lost nearly 500 points and the Nasdaq another 2.26%. And the S&P dropped also. The real big news, once again, is not in the stock market, except that you should be, underweighted in equity assets. Oil was down again, gold was down $5, silver was down 22 cents. Although since we started covering silver on this channel, it's up 63 cents an ounce. The main thing is the peak of the US dollar. The dollar hit a 52-week high, which is good news for inflation. the dollar index a reference to the dollar's value versus other currencies. Let's just look at silver real quick, because strength in the dollar is going to cause weakness in precious metals. There's your 1-year chart for silver. Still looks like a buy to us, but hey, take the advice as you will. Let's look at the US dollar index. There's your 1-year chart of the US dollar index. Dollar hits a 52-week high. Let's take a look at cryptocurrency. Here's your Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin getting hammered again, down 3.34%. Bring up a 1-year chart. Bitcoin has lost 82.9% of its value. Doesn't look good to us. However, while Ethereum is also down 2.75% on the 24-hour basis and down 88.25% on the 1-year basis, we did triple our tiny position in this a few days ago because, hey, sometimes you gotta gamble. And when things are this low, well, maybe it is a buying opportunity. Again, our position is tiny. We're not giving advice to buy cryptocurrency. And on that note, what about Mines.com? Why am I talking about Mines.com? Because Mines.com gives you the ability to earn Ethereum by posting things. And so, on that note, here's our Mines.com page, mines.com/smashomash. By the way, in terms of the Milky Way, we are here. I don't know if you're aware. But anyway, check it out. We put all the videos, occasionally some extra content. And we're not growing as fast on Mines as we are on YouTube. However, we have reached 386,200 profile views. Let's look at some weather stuff as a value-added service. First of all, let's check out the jet stream for the Northern Hemisphere. Give you an idea what's causing all this rain in the east and all this cold in the south. All right, let's back that up. Here's your past day or two. And there's your current conditions. Now, look at the jet stream. It comes through like this. It completely breaks up. It comes all the way down to about San Diego before it comes back up. And then it comes all the way down into the Gulf of Mexico. Meridional jet stream flow, pulling icy air out of the Arctic, sending it to subtropical regions, pulling warm air out of subtropical regions and sending them to the Arctic. Let that play through and just give you an idea of the forecast. Jet stream wise, by the way, this is 250 millibar upper level winds. We will, of course, leave links to tropical tidbits. Let's look at the rest of the world. Zoom in a little bit here. Same map, 250 millibar winds. Man, look at the southern jet stream. Completely broken to bits. You got vortexes forming here. Double jet streams here. Triple jet streams here. And let's look at the US Doppler radar. And this run starts at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The entire East Coast is inundated with heavy rains. A little bit of snow falling in Montana and the Rockies. I know some of our viewers watch our videos first thing in the morning, so I'll give you an idea what's going on in the water vapor situation. You can see the effects of the jet stream coming all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Frigid in Florida once again. I don't know why it keeps flashing like that. Pretty annoying, but anyway, that's your water vapor animation. Thank you, subscribers. We never expected to get to 500, much less 700. So thanks for tuning in daily. Thanks for all the views, comments, subscriptions, etc. I'll be doing it again tomorrow. Remember, when you're zooming in on Sunspot 2731, don't drink. And if you drink, keep an eye on that sunspot anyway. Its next move is anybody's guess.